Hey, this is Jay from Stitch in Time in Bemidji, Minnesota, and if you're watching this video, then I can probably guess what happened. You were quilting along, and everything was just going great, and then your bobbin ran out, or your thread broke. I got it? I thought so. So, how do you figure out on your Pro Stitcher, how do you get back to the same spot? You got your problem fixed, you put your new bobbin in, you rethreaded your machine. How do you get back there? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's a pattern that I have, and actually that you can't see much of it because my screen is zoomed in here. So let's go up to the screen, and on the screen you can see that I was stitching through this pattern here, and this is what you're going to be looking at. And if I try to move my machine, it's locked in place because the gears, I pressed pause or something like that, which is what you're supposed to push, and now it's not wanting to move. So what do I do next? No problem. On my screen, notice it says needle up, check, make sure it's up before resuming. It doesn't know your thread broke necessarily, depending if you have that feature turned on. I'm going to press cancel. Yes, that's okay. I'm going to press cancel, and I'm going to assume that you have not shifted it, that you haven't jumped gears and have to realign. That's a different video. I'm going to assume that you just paused it, and now you need to go back and find a new place. Not a problem. So now if you look down at my quilt, now that I pressed stop, it is freed up my machine. Notice how it was coming across here, and the thread got stuck on my machine here, and it broke. It's going back up to here and then coming back, okay? So I need to find out how to start in here and go on a little bit farther. So going back to my screen, it's very simple. I'm going to go up to the tab across the top that says Pro Stitcher. I'm going to select that. Right now, the quilt is selected. I'm going to change that to New Start and End. And on the right-hand column here, there's two columns, Start and End. At the top of the Start column, there's one that says Auto. And if I touch that, see how it turns green like that? Not a problem. Now I'm going to go down to my quilt, and I'm going to move my laser dot. You might not be able to see it very much in there. I'm going to move it to just before where the thread broke, okay? Now, normally I would fish this back here till I got nice stitches, but for the sake of the class, I'm just showing you what we're doing here. I'm going to say right about there. Now look back up on my screen. You see how the little green crosshairs is right on that same spot? But the question is, which way is it moving? So I got to find that out here real quick. I'm going to turn off the auto. And these numbers that are, like it says, 136.57, as it stitches through, that number keeps going up and up and up, and until it gets it fully completed. What I can do is I'm going to keep going down like I'm going through my design. That's going too slow. See, if I go down here to this one, I start pushing the bottom arrow here on the right-hand side. See how the arrow is moving? The arrow is moving towards this corner, which is where it needs to be. That's exactly the place I want to be. So I'm going to put it back to where it was, and that's it. I'm all ready to go. The only thing I have to do now is go back to my tablet, touch quilt, and take my thread and press run. Now I'm going to... And there it draws up the bobbin thread. Press resume on the screen. And just like that, we're back up and running. So just real quickly, all you have to do again is press cancel on your machine, then go up to the Pro Stitcher tab, then select New Start and End Point Auto. Just move the laser point right where you need it to be. Turn off Auto so that the point stays there. Press Quilt, run, good to go. Thanks much. We'll see you again in the next tutorial.